Alright, welcome to Take Your Clothing. I'm Brandon and this is Patagonia's top 5 jackets. Coming in at number 5, the ultra lightweight down sweater jacket. Now there is a cool couple features on this jacket specifically that I like, even though it's on the bottom of my list, but remember, these are at the top of the industry. So the first thing is, this jacket shell is made from 100% recycled polyester ripstop material. Now, if you're not familiar with what ripstop is, it is basically a fabric that even if it gets punctured, it's not going to tear off in different directions. It's not going to fall any seams. It's going to contain that rip to the smallest area possible. This has the DWR finish, which stands for durable water repellent. When you're dropping $230 on this jacket, or any jacket for that matter, you're going to want to have that peace of mind that your water repellent's going to hold up. There's nothing worse than spending a ton of money on something just to find out that it's not going to be able to be used in just about any reasonable scenario. Now for you techies out there, this has an 800 fill goose down. This jacket, like I said, retails at $230. You can find it, various deals and prices out there. I was able to find a few just from searching on the internet. What you're gonna find actually as you go out looking for this jacket is you're gonna wanna know the fill rating. You're gonna wanna understand what's right for the climate that you plan to be in. Because there's nothing worse than spending so much money on a down jacket and having it be incredibly too hot or really not warm enough for the scenarios that you're gonna be in. Now, if you don't understand how warm down jackets are, find a friend who has one, put one on, and just move around for a little bit. It's really easy in a mild climate to start to sweat in those because of the amount of insulation that it has. The pockets are zippered and they have storm flaps to, relatively protect whatever you got in there. Now, like I said, there's a few things that I really love about this jacket, and this one specifically is about one of my favorite features of one of my least favorite features. Now, the hem that runs on the bottom of your jacket and that people throw a bungee cord in, I think it's a cop-out and designed to do that. That's why it's my least favorite feature. My most favorite feature that Patagonia has done is they've taken the pull tabs that usually sit on your hips and they've put them inside the pockets. So if you're getting cold, the wind's coming at you, you're just in the pockets and you're good. Now this jacket's ultra lightweight. It's weighing in at 8 ounces. Again, it's gonna be windproof. It's super warm, it's water resistant, and it is comfortable. These jackets are meant to work with you. Again, I can't stress how lightweight they are and the performance value that you're getting out of them. Now, my only gripe with this, and my gripe with most jackets, is that there's no hood. So, yeah, deal with it. Now, this jacket is for those people who are going out and who are one of 3 scenarios. I say only one because this one's specifically from cold to very cold weather. Now, I'm not talking about you being out in sideways rain, sideways snow, blizzards, sub-0 degrees. This jacket is not for that. If you're getting yourself in those type of scenarios, you're gonna know that you're gonna have to change some stuff up, buy different gear, stuff that's rated for those harsher environments. But on the other end of that, if you're looking for something for cool summer nights or the beginning of fall, this jacket, specifically this one with the 800 fill, is also not gonna be for you. This jacket's for the people who are wearing it late fall, all of winter, early spring, when it's cold, when your temperatures are below freezing. Now, as you'll find out from the rest of the jackets on this list, this jacket is also for the people who want to be at the top of the list trendy because everyone thinks they know who you are when you're wearing a puff jacket. And if you're one of the people who like to feel like you're at the top of the list, well then get one of these. If wearing down is just really not that important to you, there's a lot of other great options. You're just usually going to be a little bit heavier, but I don't wear down. Coming in at number 4 is Patagonia's NANO PUFF JACKET. NANO PUFF JACKET. NANO PUFF JACKET. Say that 5 times fast. Now this one, this one gets me going. Now if you've never heard of Primaloft insulation. You're about to learn why this one is coming in really close to the top of all the jackets that Patagonia makes. There's a couple of really amazing features that this insulation specifically gives. Number 1, it's super warm. Patagonia claims that 98% of the heat that your body radiates is going to be retained within the shell of the jacket. And you might think, wow, yeah, that's sweet. That sounds a lot like maybe down jackets. But here's where the technology comes in. If you know anything about down or puff insulation in general, you know that if you apply pressure on it and you reduce that airspace, you end up reducing the insulation value on it. Well, the thing about this Primaloft insulation is that you can actually still compress it, you can get it wet even, and it is still there to keep you warm. Once you do that to a down jacket, you compress it and get it wet, you don't have really a jacket left anymore. Now it's coming in at about 1.4 pounds, but just keep in mind, 1.4 pounds for a jacket that acts like a down jacket, but ditches all those negative aspects of having a down jacket. This one's gonna run you about 250 bucks, but as I did some research, I found that it was actually pretty easy to find stuff that was on sale, last year's models, different deals that were just going on random websites where you can pick them up. So if you're one of those people who likes the latest and greatest, go out and get it. Stuff looks awesome. But if you're wanting to get performance, they'll save a couple bones, just do a little research, it's out there. Again, this jacket's warm, windproof, water resistant, lightweight, and it's uber comfortable. You're gonna have storm flaps to cover all your zips. Now I would say the NANO PUFF jacket is for people who are on the little bit more practical side from the sweater down jacket people. These people are people who are highly active. They're getting out, they're having tons of fun, they're getting themselves into maybe sticky situations sometimes. You're gonna be out, you're gonna be having a great time, you're gonna be really deep out into nature, and you're gonna have a great time. And you're gonna have a great jacket to support you in that. I wouldn't recommend this jacket for people who are planning on taking it easy. There's a lot better options. Coming in at number 3 is a Cloud Ridge jacket. Now, boom! This jacket is for your wild ones. This is a 3-layer, fully waterproof jacket. They have their H2 NO tech on this one. And if that wasn't enough, they're still putting their DWR right on top of that. Patagonia had the outdoor adventures in mind because they made this compatible with their Alpine helmet. Now it's even better than that, they provided a laminated visor on the hood, so you're not getting a bunch of crinkling up here on top. You're still creating a brow that's going to help you have peripheral vision. Now this jacket comes in at 4 pounds, and sometimes with these heavier duty jackets you can have a little bit of rough areas around the neck, typically around the zipper. They put a micro fleece liner on your neck and chin area, so as you're looking around for your next adventure, you're not getting chafe up there. Now, like all the jackets on this list, this has also got the dry cord hem, but the nice thing that Patagonia provided for this jacket was a lightweight stuff sack. One of the things though that I do really like about this jacket is that Patagonia knew that if we're gonna make this thing fully waterproof, we still need it to breathe. You don't want it to feel like you're wearing a garbage bag. Now they did this for people who are going to be in those high humidity conditions, like the South, like tropical areas, like, you know, right after it rains and everything's soaking wet. They wanted to make sure that this thing didn't feel like a plastic sack on your body. And just in case it started getting too hot in there, they provided plenty of ventilation to handle that. One of my favorite parts and one of my favorite features that hoods can have on any jacket or hoodie is 2 ways of adjustability around the face, around the back of the head. That way, especially when you're out there, you're wearing things like headlamps, your hood can actually start to turn with your head as you're moving around. If you've ever worn a hood and a headlamp at the same time and you tried to look to your left, your hood's in the way. So this is to help mitigate that. Now, like I said, this is a 4-pound jacket. The interesting thing about this jacket though, is that it's not really for cold weather. This jacket is to keep you dry. So if you're gonna be planning on being in a cold environment, think about throwing the NANO PUFF underneath. There's plenty of good options for base layers that's going to help take your ultimate water protection and still keep you warm at the same time. This jacket really is for people who are out in it. So if you are not planning on being in the rough of it, don't buy this jacket. But if you're out there, you're battling the humidity, you're battling the mist, you're battling the rain, this jacket, oh, it's going to do you good. Now this Cloud Ridge jacket is still pretty expensive, coming in at 250 bucks. Now coming in at number 2 is a Torrentshell jacket. Again, a super cool feature that Patagonia is doing with this jacket is building it out of recycled material, 100%. Now same as the last jacket, this has the H2 NO tech, but it only has 2.5 layers of water protection. Again, same as the last jacket, we've got a 2-way adjustable hood, a comfortable micro fleece lined neck and chin area, 2-zip hand warm pockets. And the cool part about this jacket specifically is that you can stuff it right into its own pocket. That's dope. Now this jacket does weigh 4 pounds, but for value on this list, coming in at just under $100, that's hard to beat that deal. Just like the last jacket, it's breathable, it's waterproof, it's got storm flaps for all your pockets. But probably the thing that brings this jacket towards the top of the list for me so that you can store it in its own pocket. It's self-contained, something you're throwing in the back of your car for off-the-cuff adventures. And speaking of who this thing's for, it's for those people who are probably driving four-wheel drive vehicles, or they're trying to make their cars four-wheel drive vehicles. You're getting way out into adventures that you didn't plan. It's just a great jacket to have sitting in the back of your trunk all the time, because it's really going to keep you prepped for whatever you decide to do. Now, coming in at number 1 is the better sweater. What wardrobe wouldn't be complete with a solid base layer that doubles as casual wear, that doubles as status symbol, because it's Patagonia and the people who see you wearing it know you're out there getting it? Maybe. This jacket is 100% fully polyester, fully zippable jacket, 2-zip, hand-worn pockets. Now, one of the features that they did say that this jacket has is an anti-chafe flat seam, which it's a fleece jacket, and it kind of makes it sound like they're planning you maybe not wearing a shirt underneath it sometimes. I don't know. Teach their own. Now, with the better sweater, this thing's been around for quite a while, and you can find quite a few different designs. The newest, latest, and greatest is going to come in about $100, but you know, if you're looking for last year models or just deals in general, which I was easily able to find on this jacket, it's not hard to find a really great looking design for this jacket. The nice thing that Patagonia did with this jacket specifically is that polyester, it is a plastic based material, but they made it moisture wicking so you don't, again, feel like you're wearing a garbage bag. Another great thing about this jacket, it's machine washable. Now, this jacket only weighs 1.6 pounds, but I have to tell you particularly why this one made it to the top of the list. I can't stress enough how important a good base layer is. This better sweater cannot just be worn as an individual jacket by itself that looks great, but you're going to be able to throw this underneath your Walmart brand jacket. You're going to be able to throw this underneath any of the other jackets that Patagonia puts out, any of the other jackets that you could really be wearing anywhere. It's a really solid layer to add a great insulation value to anything that you have. Specifically, if you're talking about things like the Cloud Rich jacket, which is just a waterproof shell designed really to keep you dry. This is where these type of jackets come in and they really fill the gap. So if you don't have one, consider getting one. The only con that I have for these jackets is that polyester over time develops a character that, if you're not rugged enough, can end up looking pretty chintzy because all the little fabrics end up clumping together. But if you're using it right and you're getting out in the outdoors like you should be, then you get a pass. And the wear characteristics make you look real good. That's it. That's my top 5 jackets. Now, if you like this video, they're only going to get better from here on out. I promise you, if you hit subscribe, you're going to be happy. Take it easy and go adventure.